Speaker for the day, as you can see, his name is Khawaja Tanveer Saleem. He is the CIO at Engro Corp. And this is a session I've been waiting for since morning because this says the Facebook way. We've got our speaker will share a case study with us कि किस तरीके से Engro में IT transformation का ये हिस्सा रहे हैं बहुत भरपूर अंदाज में और किस अंदाज से Facebook जिसको बहुत इदारों ने इसके आने पे बैन कर दिया था, इन्होंने चेंज से डरे नहीं बल्कि उसको एम्ब्रेस किया और ये सोचा कि किस तरीके से हम इस टूल को अपना सकते हैं मज़ीद कोलैबोरेशन और कनेक्टिविटी के लिए. Can I please welcome Mr. Khawaja Tanveer on the stage?
Assalamu alaikum ji. So all of you can hear me. आखिर में आने का एक एडवांटेज होता है. There's always a benefit of coming in the tail end. Half of you are asleep, and half of you are actually looking and sleeping like this, doing all the messages for the day. So it will be beneficial because there will be no questions. I am expecting those things. लेकिन आज का जो section है, the only purpose or the objective will be that we would like to do the simple connectivity of the dots that we have been hearing the whole day through. हमने start किया था Dr. Min के साथ, and post that we have Kaman भी आए थे, Paul भी आए थे, we have got Dr. Sarwat there, Dr. Hanif का session हुआ था, lots of things were actually happening. उन सब के session में जो कुछ भी हुआ था, so the objective of this particular session is to wrap up the entire thing together and to put up in some sort of a, what do you call, the connecting the dots, to say how all those things could be implemented, are implemented, and are being implemented across the globe and in Pakistan as well. To start with, basically, what happened is हर दौर में there are always certain buzzword that always goes on, and कभी transformation, कभी digitization, कभी digitalization, कभी granularity, कभी cloud, कभी IoT, कभी transformation के साथ साथ change, कभी we have got connectivity, collaboration, engagement, learning. All those buzzwords हमेशा चल रहे होते हैं. You know, during our student life, ज़माने तालिब इल्मी में उस वक्त भी एक बज़वर्ड हुआ करता था, किताबी चेहरा. अच्छा, वो दौर ऐसा होता है कि that was an age where हर लड़की अच्छी लगती है, और हर लड़की या तो सलमा होती है और हर लड़का असलम होता है. तो but again, with all due respect, not against those names, but normally उस ज़माने में ज़्यादा नाम सलमा और असलम are the thing. And those time when you actually get to know that there's something called किताबी चेहरा. Then we graduated from the NID, we went out into the market, we were working. In 2004, something called Facebook was launched. And that was the time we realized that kitabi chehra se murad wo Facebook ya bookish face or some sort of thing which is nikal ke aayi thi. 2004 mein Facebook launch hua. And since then, 10 saalon tak, for the next 10 years, they were actually using the same Facebook for the internal collaboration within the Facebook organization. That was the time when, April 2014, they decided to make that particular product commercial, where they say that instead of actually using a Facebook across the globe without any security, without any boundaries, without any advertisement, how can we make it use within the organization, within the closed circle, within the boundaries of a particular place, company, organization, जो कि specifically उस company का Facebook हो. That is what they call the Facebook at work. And then they named it as a workplace thing. September 2016 के अंदर it was properly launched and with more of a commercial aspect के साथ. We decided to launch it, we evaluated it, we met various people. One of a very good friend of mine, Talha, he was a key person to actually pushed Facebook, the company, to actually come up with this type of product. Initially he has got very resistance, but he was too resilient. And eventually the thing came up, Mobiling ने पहले इसको launch किया था. PTCL इसको launch कर चुका है, Telenor में global launch हो चुका है, but other than telcos, Engro was the very first company जहाँ पे Facebook at work या workplace launch हुआ था. So we'll just start off. So what we have is something what Paul talks about in the morning. There are three things that goes into the exponential learning element. One is the technology, other is the connectivity or the interconnectivity, and the third one is the entire environment. So this is the connected environment that we already have, and based on that, there are some surveys were done by the Gallup and the McKinsey and the Deloitte. One of them, the very first one talks about the employee engagement, second one talks about the information sharing, and the third one talks about the how those collaboration take place. Remember, this is all about collaboration and the connectivity. And as the number speaks about by themselves, you can always see that these are things जो कि generally report किए जा रहे होते हैं. So the objective was how can we actually connect the people aspect of it and the information aspect of it. Connect क्यों करना था? To foster more learning, to foster more engagement, to foster more collaboration, thereby facilitating the entire element of information sharing. इस hall में there I think I'm the only CIO or I'm the only technical person could be, and there are lots of HR experts and HR professional and HR leadership is there. But the very first essence I want to make, especially when we are starting to put up this project at Engro, that this was not actually led by me. And just to correct the excellent host that we have today for the whole day, it was not about IT transformation. It was more about the HR transformation. That was enabled by the IT. IT just provided a tool, and still this simply the provision was about the tool itself, whereas the entire transformation part was being led by the HR, by the corporate comms, and IT was obviously as part of it. So all those sort of things, whenever any one of you, after going through this presentation, after having any question answer sessions, if you're interested to lead it, to implement it in your organization, make sure that IT lead na kare. IT has to be the collaborative part of it, but IT cannot lead such initiative. Agar IT उसे lead करेगा तो वो sustainable नहीं होगा. Because IT people, they love to change the tools every other day. So कोई कहेगा SAP का जैम लगा लो, कोई कहेगा Microsoft का जैमर लगा लो, हम कहेंगे नहीं Facebook का वर्कप्लेस ही लगाओ. So इसके लगाने से क्योंकि सबसे बड़ा जो fear था, what was the fear that happened was, this social media in itself is one of the disruptive technology, and disruptive technologies के अंदर like Paul and people Kaman talked about Uber के बारे में and Kareem के बारे में. And we said that Kareem has changed the thing. So what disruption is doing is that Kareem में जहाँ नई jobs आती जा रही हैं, there's a big question coming up what is going to be the future of the normal taxi drivers. अगर normal taxi drivers को Google Maps पढ़ने नहीं आते, अगर वो इतना capable नहीं है कि अपनी capacity building कर सके up to the level कि start using and operating in the way the Kareem drivers operate, then there will be difficult for him to survive in the this disruptive market which is going on. Same goes with a couple of other examples. For example, आप में से अक्सर लोगों ने Orient के split ACs देखे होंगे. उसमें अब remote control आना बंद हो गया. What they're trying to put up is they have an app. You install the app on the phone, and when you're driving to the home using the internet, IoT as a technology, you can simply switch on the AC before you actually enter your place. And this is happening in Karachi, in Pakistan. Those Orient के ACs will be available. इसी तरीके से you talked about Amazon. Amazon had a very recent deal about a couple of months back, जिसमें उन्होंने Whole Food को buy out किया था, one of the biggest deals which we considered in the grocery market, grocery industry. And in that, they're trying to distribute the grocery or dispatch the grocery using the drones. I got a personal experience of witnessing that pilot was happening, and I was in Canada about 2 months back. What they have is कि जिस तरह हम metro जाते हैं या नाहिद जाते हैं, and we have got a loyalty card. So they're actually giving you the membership, say 5,000 rupees or something. You get the card. On that card, normally यहाँ पे हम देखते हैं on cards पे we have a chip, and that particular chip is normally used to scan the information. What they have is they actually put up a small scanner, a pen size scanner on that royalty card. So you take the card, you take the membership, you get the card, you go back home. आपने शान का बिरयानी मसाला लिया, उसको स्कैन किया, आपने एक और चीज़ उठाई, उसको स्कैन किया, आपने लेस की चीज़ उठाई, उसको स्कैन किया, आपने पेप्सी का टिन उठाया, उसको स्कैन किया. You keep on scanning thing, and those thing goes on into the basket that you are to buy. And any orders which are up to the 5 pounds will be delivered to your doorstep using those drones. So drones खाली तालिबान पे हमले करने के लिए नहीं आ रहे, drones अब यूज़ कर रही है, सामान को भी deliver करने के लिए use होंगे, and those are actually being piloted. They are shipped the first order 2 months back. जब pilot उनका चल रहा था, and they got the permission. They didn't get the permission to deliver that thing in US, but the UK supported them, and actually this is being done in UK now. जब वो डिलीवर हो गया तो उसके बाद ऑटोमेटिकली फिर यूएस से भी पोल आ गए. नाउ दे एक्चुअली डूइंग इट मोर कमर्शियल पायलट नाउडेज. कहने का मकसद ये कि व्हेनेवर यू विल बी इम्प्लीमेंटिंग these type of solutions, there will be lots of disruption taking place. People who are used to those organizations where is a particular hierarchy is there, वो पूरी की पूरी hierarchy हिल जाएगी. We all talk about कि open door policy होनी चाहिए. जब open door तो खुला होता है, लेकिन अंदर शख्स बैठा होता है, उसको देख के अंदर आने का दिल ही नहीं चाहता, तो वो open door रहता नहीं है ना. लेकिन जब आप Facebook पर होते हैं, you can comment anything and everything. The worst thing that happens is on the politics and on the religion that goes on, Panama mein kya hona hai aur Akama mein kya hona hai. So those things can carry on. So those things happening within organization is really scary. So those are the things which we need to be very cautious of. Okay, those pain areas will come if you talk about liberation, if you talk about collaboration, if you want to open up, if you want to have the open office sort of a thing. So social world or the social networking is a new way of working that we're talking of, and this was something that came up with a vision for the change when we said that each and every employee should be engaged, he or she should be able to collaborate, and he or she should be able to share the information. And when sharing the information, there shouldn't be any boundaries कि उसने क्या share करना है और क्या share नहीं करना. Obviously, there could be a long debate at whether what should be the do's and what should be the don'ts, whether these type of collaboration, these types of engagement, these type of sharing of chats, those should be moderated or not moderated, but that debate will keep on and on. However, one should start with something instead of actually keep on waiting for doing something. So we start off with the workplace. I won't go, 2004 में Facebook हुआ था, 2014 के अंदर Facebook work start हो गया था. Similar thing जो normal होता है. सबसे बड़ा advantage mobility. It works on the mobile phones. Android, iOS, Windows Phone, all those are there. दूसरा सबसे बड़ा फायदा है कि whatever is there in the Facebook, you can actually do at the workplace. Advantage, we are talking here about we are here at the learning conference. उसमें learning curve zero है. All those people who are actually using Facebook can start using workplace the very moment it gets installed on their phones. Plus, we don't even have to send the engineers to install the thing. They can actually download it from the App Store or the Play Store, whatever, depending on they've got Android phone or they've got the Apple phone, और उसको install करना, सब कुछ करना is just like a normal app that you're installing. Once installed, it configures and integrates automatically, not automatically, it configures in a way that it uses your company's email address. So nothing is coming as anonymous sort of a thing. So any post which is being made has a valid email address at the back end, which is currently being actually managed by the IT. So वो जगह पे definitely you are able to trace down or track down कि who actually posted what information on the chat or on the Facebook workplace. So all those things happening, I don't think so we need to go into more details. So I just skip it. ये तमाम चीजें जो Facebook में हो रही होती हैं, वो सारी हो रही होती हैं. One of the things that was more exciting, and I think that's the new feature that also makes Facebook very exciting, is more about the live streaming. When we launched this workplace at Engro, that event was live streamed all across the Engro. Those people who know Engro, and those people who don't know Engro is a conglomerate which has got approximately 9 subsidiaries. So we are into the fertilizer, we are into the polymers, we are into the chemicals, we are into the power, we are into the third, we are into the coal mining, we're into the power plants, we are into the digital now as well. So all those things comprise of those various subsidiaries which are operating on their own. And there's normally ये होता था कि जिस ज़माने में Engro Foods ने मबरूक launch किया था, which was the खुला दूध का एक variant था, तो जब उसका ad चला था तो हमें अक्सर लोगों को नहीं पता था कि ये Engro Foods का ad है और हमारी product. So that was a disengagement that existed at a point in time. We launched this thing in April this year, 2017, and within 5 months, basically, engagement का adoption rate has gone up to 98%. अब उसमें इस tool का कितना हाथ है वो एक अपनी जगह है, लेकिन obviously a lot of things has to be done by the Corpcoms and the HR. Let's not forget that there's a whole lot of change management activity that has to be done. My last 2 slides will be more specifically in more details, covering the challenges that a person should have and the things that you need to keep in mind if you want to drive the same bandwagon. So, just a couple of pictures to run you through the entire journey that we had. These are the pre-launch activities. These was more like they were creating the hypes, there were standees, there were bunties, there was balloons, and all the entire office was decorated. There were trainings and stuff like that. Training means there are certain executives that need to be shown how can they actually, they have to post more things so that people start posting it. Remember, the culture is the biggest lesson that we or any organization have. And same thing happened when we were actually rolling it out, and most of the executives, most of the senior people were not very keen to actually post it. Based on their age, based on their profile, based on their seriousness, based on their, I can't post these things, stuff like that. Then we have the activity, our president, he was himself available on that. It went live, it was streamed live all across the subsidiaries. And not just all across the subsidiaries, anyone who has got the app installed on his phone, even if he's sitting at the airport, even if he's sitting on the car, even if he's sitting at home, And he has got the 3G normal connection for the Mobilink or Telenor or Zong or Warid or whatsoever, or he has got some sort of Wi-Fi connectivity, he will be able to see the live streaming. And those things are also available in the Facebook. So just like whatever is there in the Facebook, it was made available in the workplace. When we have this particular bird, most of the people were confused that we were launching Twitter or something. So it wasn't Twitter, it was actually the workplace. So Corpcoms also don't always do the right thing. Sometimes things goof up. So then we have the post-launch activities. Launch हो गया, launch होने के बाद सबसे बड़ा challenge था कि initial 3 days were beautiful. All was excited, खुश थे, उस पर तस्वीरें आ रही थी, उस पर जो कुछ WhatsApp पे लोग भेजते थे ना, वो सब उन्होंने उस पर भेजना शुरू कर दिया था. उस पर जोक्स भी आ रहे थे, उस पर रिलीजियस एक्टिविटीज़ भी आना शुरू हो गई थी उसके ऊपर. But we were not moderating anything. We were letting it flow. And I think this is one of the key lessons that we've learned कि let it flow. थोड़े दिनों में सब सेटल हो जाते हैं और अल्टीमेटली लोग खुद समझना शुरू कर देते हैं. What we did share as part of our various change management campaigns कि when we go around and we're doing those sessions, we call the road shows, and the people ask us कि what should we share? We said whatever you can share with your family, you can share with the Engro family. So that itself was the key thing that we're using in all our campaigns. Then post-launch ke baad, there were lots of things that happened. There was something called employee in focus. There was something we had called we have got values. Each organization has got certain values and certain key areas which they are actually used. They use those things. अच्छा वो values वो होती हैं जो कहीं ना कहीं कागजों में रखी होती हैं या दीवारों पे टंगी हुई होती हैं. So actually we use this particular tool to create the excitement, and people were actually getting into कौन सी value क्या होती है, guess a value sort of a thing. And there were again prizes. Another learning. People love to have prizes. चाहे वो विजिटिंग कार्ड्स पे मिल रहे हो, चाहे वो उसके जरिए मिल रहे हो. तो जितने आप प्राइजेस देते चले जाएंगे, एंगेजमेंट बढ़ती चली जाएगी. सो जिस तरह हमें एक्शंस में होता है ना, खाना खिलाते हैं, 5,000 रुपये देते हैं, लोग वोट डालने आते हैं. सो बिरयानी इज स्टिल द की. तो बिरयानी रिमेन्स द नेम ऑफ द गेम. वी हैव गॉट 8 or 9 subsidiaries. We got 8 or 9 CEOs. So we had a campaign कि ठीक guess the CEO, and we used to have those sort of thing कि उसके हम कुछ चीज़ें बता देते थे, and then it used to come up के क्या हो सकता है. On Eid days, we actually came up with sort of a Eid messages coming in from the CEO. We have an instance where in which one of the CEO actually from the comfort of his home on the Eid day at 11:30 a.m. he actually did a sort of a live streaming to all his own team. And that was something that went live, and it was creating a very different sort of aura all across that particular people, whether the employee, that CEO was sitting in there actually talking to them, and each of them actually was, they don't have to go into a boardroom or something, they're just having their thing on their phones or their laptops. One other activity that goes viral, that went viral, was Engro Ki Eidi, and again the gift was big, and we started with smaller gifts, and अब gifts बड़े होते जा रहे थे. और Engro की ईदी में थी, we said okay, when you are spending the Eid on your homes, so take the selfie along with your loved ones and send those selfies to us, and based on those selfies we'll be actually judging and giving those various giveaways. Then we came the 14th August. Again, see, these are things which has not to do with the tools. See, this is more of a mindset. You're trying to capitalize on each and every event that comes your way. Eid आ जाती है, बकरा ईद आ जाती है, 14 अगस्त आ जाती है, 6 सितंबर आ जाती है, 7 सितंबर आ जाती है. You actually just capitalize on those things. हम किस तरह उसको use कर सकते हैं. It has nothing to do with IT. It's something pure, what you call the HR or the Corpcom stuff, where they actually goes into, try to become the part of the employee's DNA. 14th August we started those quiz session कि पहला तराना किसने लिखा, music किसने बजाई, and all those sort of things. And those things were actually being posted on that, and the people were actually responding to that. So we had a competition in terms of कि सबसे ज़्यादा followers किसके हैं, सबसे ज़्यादा. There was one of the activities was more like जिसमें सबसे बड़ा इनाम दिया गया. It was 50-inch LCD that was given just a week back. और उसमें it was more like कि किसके कितने followers हैं. और जब followers का हुआ था तो उसमें हुआ ये क्या, it created a new sentiment because 50-inch LCD was something big. And they wanted, everyone actually was going around and was saying, just follow me, and they were actually bargaining. And the people were going into, how the human brain works? Something that the morning session was of Dr. Main. What people was doing, वो name those people, लेकिन क्या करते थे? They actually see who were the top 2 people, because we were publishing the results online. So see who are the top 3 or top 10 people. Eventually, as the deadline was getting closer, there were 2 people who were actually leading the rest of the crowd, and very clearly, it was very close margins the game was going on. So one of those people who was supported the person who was on number 2, they started actually following the person who was number 1. And with a plan, when just an hour before the deadline, they will unfollow him. And making their own friend actually be the winner. Their strategy worked. And see, this is something we came to know afterward. And again, that was the plan, and that's where the human brain works. And if they want to win, they want to win by hook or the crook, which at times is wrong, it could be unethical, but just think of the sentiment that was going on. You know, I have got the IT engineers who go around to do the service desk and the help desk stuff. वो जाता था, कहता था, printer चल गया, sir follow तो कर दें ज़रा. वो कहता हाँ लाओ यार ये follow. You know, people, they're taking along their own phones or saying, yeah, please, follow, take kar dein, follow kar dein. So that was sentiment, and that was getting a whole lot of engagement, a whole lot of, it's a whole lot of positivity that was going on and on across the company. Then we have a bit of a serious stuff. The HR actually formulated a library sort of thing. You can actually book the book from that. The project groups are formed, and the project groups can do their own live streaming. Project groups can have their own collaboration. They were sharing the documents. That's a bit of a serious stuff that the people were doing around. There was help desk start off with the page. Okay, if you have any calls, if call centers hote hain, you can actually put up the call and post a call over there. And that's how it move on. एक चीज जो और उसमें हुई थी कि now we are getting into a stage, it's 5 months into the thing. So we are now getting into some more serious stuff. Dr.